I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, November the 23rd, brought to you in part by Nature Safe by Diamond V. You're looking for a product to help give your calves a little boost health-wise and still keep them all natural. Research shows that metabolites in Nature Safe work naturally with biology of the animal to support rumen health and GI tract integrity, to support immune strength, to support overall animal health and performance, and to support antibiotic stewardship. Check out Nature Safe. Cell cultured Thanksgiving dinner. You're thinking, what's that all about? Well, I've talked a lot about fake meats over the last several years, but most of the time I've been talking about plant-based fake meats, which is really just some lentil peas or something mashed up and then a bunch of liquid smoke poured on top and way too much salt and different flavorings, trying to fool you into thinking that it's some type of a meat substance. Well, now we've got a whole new ball game, still fake meat, but now this stuff is cell cultured. It's actually taken from cells from whatever they're trying to replicate, whether it be chicken or turkey or beef or whatever it is. It's taken and then it's taken from that animal and then grown in a petri dish. So doesn't that sound appetizing? Well, you think, well, we're a long ways from that. We heard several years ago about a cell-cultured burger that would cost $325,000. Well, they've been working on this, and they're trying to get economies of scale, and supposedly now that $325,000 burger, you could get that burger for only a few $1,000s. So, you know, it's coming this way, guys. And with everything else getting higher, who knows, they may meet together at some point. But you think, well, we're still a long ways off from this. Well, last week, Upside Foods, which is a startup that's looking into doing this kind of stuff, received FDA approval, Federal Drug Administration approval, to market their cell-cultured or lab-grown or cultivated chicken. Now they got to go before USDA and get the USDA to sign off on it. But FDA usually pretty tough to get by. They said they had no more questions after investigating it and looking into it for several months. So I guess they're good to go with that now. Once they get through USDA, I guess they'll be able to do that. But still, they've got the problem with economies of scale, and not everybody's. Not even all the fruits and nuts are tickled with this because they do have to get the cells somewhere. So they're basically taking a biopsy from the chicken or the turkey or whatever. They've been doing a lot of testing trying to replicate beef. Usually what they do there is they take some of the calf serum out of the fetuses of slaughtered bred cows. Fetal bovine serum, they call it. That doesn't have everybody excited about what's going on there, but that they are getting those cells, putting them in a petri dish, and then trying to make them grow. They're trying to find a way to get around having to take that dang biopsy or the fetal blood serum to get this done. They've got an idea of maybe they could use human blood to grow the cells in. I'm about to throw up just talking about it, guys. But you know, this is something that they're spending millions and millions and millions of dollars to try to do because, you know, we're just imposing on everybody raising these livestock that's fed them since the beginning of time. But yeah, I don't know what you can say about this stuff and how good the upside is on it. There's no doubt there's going to be some form of fake meat probably from now on. And, you know, we're just going to have to live with it. But, you know, even people that aren't really close to agriculture or big pro-meat people, I think they're going to see this stuff and they're going to find it non-appetizing, and why they should have to give up taste to try to, go under, somebody's idea of something that's better for the planet. God put these animals on the earth for us. They put us at the top of the food chain for a reason, guys. Not to be growing this shit in a petri dish. But what they don't ever say about growing this stuff in a petri dish, and I've heard several presentations from people that know a lot about this kind of stuff, is you think there's not growth promotants and antibiotics in this petri dish stuff? Now, if you had some kind of a virus that come in there, or you're dealing with economies of scale and you're trying to get more of this product out, you would definitely need both of those, growth promotants and antibiotics of some sort to do that. So what have we gained? We haven't gained anything here. But as long as these new yuppies want to keep sticking millions of dollars in this, your plant-based fake meats have pretty much all gone broke now. And so I guess they're going to dump a ton of money in this cell culture stuff. I will say that the experts have told us that the product is superior to plant-based fake meat. So they can basically make that stuff taste like anything that they want. And real meat, especially real beef, is one of the hardest things it is for them to make it taste like. But I've had professionals tell me that they could make you a cell-cultured burger and you'd take a bite of it and you'd swear up and down it was a pina colada. But to make it taste like real beef, which is fairly inconsistent, that's one of the things we like about it, that's fairly tough. But I don't know how much we have to worry about this, even though we do have the FDA approval for Upside to put their product out there. They did say that if they get approval through USDA, they could start making some type of a fake cell-cultured, lab-grown or cultivated product, and looks like it's going to be chicken that they come out with first. They were saying that they could do it, and they were boasting that if they got approval here, in a year's time, they could make 50,000 pounds of product. Okay, that's one semi-truck load. So I don't think we have to worry too much about it. It's not going to be cost effective. It's going to be extremely expensive, but that's what they're working on, and a lot of people are spending money in that, but it's not yet cost effective. Let's talk about what else is going on. It's kind of a slow day here right before Thanksgiving. Not going to be having a feeder flash again until Monday. So you guys are on your own through Thanksgiving holiday. Hope you guys have a great time. A lot of you I know are going to have beef. It's the one time a year I have turkey. And by the time I get done eating that turkey, and then turkey sandwiches, and then turkey surprise and all that, I'm pretty much done with turkey until the next year. I kind of have a problem. It seems like it gets hung up in my throat because it's usually so dry. But I'll eat turkey on Thanksgiving and give it one day a year there. But you guys have a great Thanksgiving with your family. I'll see you back here on Monday. But let's talk about your board. On Tuesday, December live cattle futures are up 25 cents at 153.80. February was down 30 cents at 156.42. Your back months on live cattle were down 22 cents to up 17, so fairly mixed there. January feeder cattle were down 95 cents, took back a lot of what we gained after that bullish cattle on feed report for Monday. But January feeder cattle ended the day at 181.67. March was down 52 cents at 184.57. Your back months on feeder cattle were down 60 to up 15. Chicago Board of Trade corn down 2 3/4 cents a bushel, ending regular trading at 656 3/4 on Tuesday's session. Beans down 7 cents at 14.29 3/4. Haven't had any fat cattle trade to speak of on a direct basis in your 5-area feeding region. It's going to be kind of tough. It probably will happen on Friday. We've got a short week here with Thanksgiving, and it doesn't appear there's going to be much trade here before Thanksgiving, but a lot of times on Thanksgiving week it'll happen on Friday. It'll likely be higher if we have much trade at all, but your packers are wanting to have some really big weeks here starting next week and going through until Christmas holiday. So they've got a lot of product promised out there. They've got a lot of work to do, and they're really going to run the chain speeds wide open. To do that, they are going to have to buy some cattle on the open market, and to do that, they should have to pay more for them, but didn't have any quotes to give you on a direct basis. Did have your biggest fat cattle auction in the nation, Stockman's Livestock in Yankton, South Dakota. Had a lighter run due to the holiday week, but still a pretty darn good run there for them. The conventional fat cattle sold from $153 to $160, was basically $2 to $4 higher than last week. Your drug-free, non-implanted cattle, program type fat cattle, and I'm not talking about individuals, I'm talking about big groups or loads selling. They bring from 155 to 160, 250. All in total, there's 360 head that brought 160 or higher. And we didn't have any cattle at the Stockman's last week bring over 160. So pretty good market there. You see that your packers, and there was major packers in there playing and getting aggressive on there. So they definitely need the cattle. It's up to the few guys that still negotiate, sell those cattle to see if we're going to get a higher price or not. Box beef cutout values were a little bit higher on Tuesday after kind of struggling last week. Choice cuts up $1.06 at $256.63. Selects up 95 cents at $234.18. Your slaughter just through the first 2 days running pretty good, 257,000. That's the same as last week and 11,000 more than the same week a year ago. I thought I'd share with you results of the bred cow sale at Kimball Livestock Exchange in Kimball, South Dakota. They have really good cattle up there. Have excellent feeder cattle runs, and they also have good cow sales, and I saw the results of that. Thought I'd give them to you just to give you an idea of what stuff's costing. And this is up there where they have really top cattle, and they sound like a buy to me compared to what your feeder cattle are costing you. But bred heifers, top quality bred heifers, range from $1,750 to $1,950 per head to calve here early this spring. And then they had young bred cows from 3 to 5, maybe a few 6s on them. Top quality young bred cows to calve here early this spring, bringing from $1,685 to $2,075 per head. And these would be premier consignments on some really top quality cattle, guys. But I tell you what, it sounds cheap to me, considering that we've got 8 to 900 pound feeder steers bringing, in the 180s. But let's talk about what else is going on. U.S. Cattlemen's Association's having their 15th annual meeting and Cattlemen's Forum on December 8th through the 10th in Nashville, Tennessee. You guys should go to this. You really should consider going to this. It'll be a good time. It'll be very educated, and it'll be kind of an informative type meeting. We're going to talk about real issues. You're not just going to show up there, go to a trade show, walk around, and shake a few suits' hands. There's going to be other cattle people there, be other ranchers there, and we've got some interesting speakers there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be moderating some of the speakers and some of the conversation there. Jim Mundorf from Lonesome Lands, if you like to watch his YouTube videos there, pretty interesting. Trey Wasserberger from Sustainable Beef, the new beef packing plant that's going to be in North Platte, Nebraska. He's going to be there telling us where he's at on that project. New addition is going to be Forrest Roberts with Central Stockyards or Fed Cattle Exchange. He's got some new information for us about their online fat cattle sales platform. And I just think it'd be a good idea to go. I think you'd enjoy it, and I know a lot of guys that are going that don't normally go to that kind of stuff. But U.S. Cattlemen's Association meeting, Nashville, Tennessee, December 8th through the 10th. Let's talk about your feeder cattle market, your real-time index on DV auction. Late in the day on Tuesday, sitting at 175.28. That was up 63 cents from the end of Monday's trade there. So gaining some ground with that bullish cattle on feed report and the board being helpful on Monday. And I think we should go right through this holiday and stay on the incline. Let's talk about your big sales, and everybody was kind of light because of the Thanksgiving holiday. A lot of sales that normally had a sale on Tuesday were closed. Don't know many sales at all that are going to have one on Wednesday. Be a few sales on Friday, but a lot of bred cow sales and things like that. But Ozarks Regional Stockyard in West Plains, Missouri, 1,600 head through the ring. Another 300 head through their in-house video they do with help from DV Auction there. But in a light test, the cattle sold steady to $4 higher, both calves and yearlings and steers and heifers right there. Let's talk about Denny Rezac Livestock Commission in St. Mary's, Kansas. They had a pretty nice sale there. Check out these big drags of yearling steers that they had on offer there, loads and bigger. Pretty impressive there, I thought, including the highest one, 64 steers, weighed 862 at 182.75. That's very impressive. How about your Zoeta stick-out sale of the day? It was Green City Livestock Marketing in Green City, Missouri. I told you they were having a yearling special on Tuesday and then coming back with a calf special on Friday right after Thanksgiving. But about 3,000 head for the yearling special there. They had a few lighter cattle that get snuck in there, but for the most part it was bigger, really long time weaned calves or yearlings there. You look at this automated market report, you see your best tested weights. Be 540 head of 7-weight steers. Average 748 pounds with a weighted average price on all of them at $184.49. 410 head of 8-weight feeder steers in Green City, Missouri had a weighted average weight of 835 pounds and a weighted average price of $180.66. On the heifer side, 540 head of 6-weight heifers, average 660 with a weighted average price of $178.18. Nice special sale that they had there at Green City. Don't forget they're going to have a lot of fancy calves on Friday here right after Thanksgiving. Give you some individual quotes. How about Producers Livestock in Salina, Utah? We don't talk about them very often. They sold 98 steer calves, weighed 493 at $2.12 a pound. Pretty impressive right there. How about Bluegrass Stockyards in Lexington? That's a big flagship location, a big fancy brand new deal right there in Lexington. Look at a big impressive quote that they had on Tuesday. 237 head in one whack. 644 pound steers bring 184.60. That's an impressive quote. But the best quote that I saw anywhere on Tuesday, your Mackerson No BS top quote for the day, come out of Creighton Livestock Market in Creighton, Nebraska. Sold 50 head of steers, weighed 685 at $202 a pound. And that's your feeder flash for Wednesday.